responsibly. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. 96 calories and 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces. All right, welcome to the show. This
is Miller Lite slushy weather. I went to that. It was Blackhawks Penguins at Soldier Field. I think it was 2014.
Mm-hmm.
And you would order a beer, and like by your third sip, it would be all slush.
The Hawks won that game 5-2, by the way.
They did, and that was the game where Taves was chirping Crosby for diving too much. It was great.
Really quickly, just want to interject this one time. Speaking of chirping, wanted to apologize for getting a little angry last week at Nicky Smokes. I was out of character. Usually I'm a fun giggle box. And I decided to be
Megan,
a little crazy, and I might have been on my period.
We don't apologize on this show.
What? You never. But I will say, karma took care of Nicky Smokes.
You did say that, right? That the Dolphins were going to lose.
I hoped.
Yeah, you called it.
He's out.
You called it. I don't know if you saw the picture. If we could pull it up at some point, I don't know if it was Jeff D. Lowe. I just saw Big Cat definitely retweeted it, where it's like the outcome of the stream that we expected, and it was all sad, like Browns, Dolphins,
Eagles,
Steelers, Eagles fans, and in the middle was that motherfucker
fucking Che.
Just hands above the
playing
air,
with like house money.
In jubilation. Him?
Yeah, kind of.
That's a great word.
They're the Bucks. They weren't supposed to do shit. Now they're in the second round of the playoffs.
Jubilation?
I bet you. Yeah, there you go. Fucking Che.
Unbelievable picture, dude.
I think that
it's like the Brady Bunch pick.
Yeah. I think that NFL like end of year losses have to hit harder and worse just because the weather's so bad. Like you lose, you get knocked out in baseball. You're like, we got another like 2 months of nice weather. We got football. Like losing in football or having your season end in football, like that disappointment, plus like sunsets at 4:00.
It's on a Sunday typically.
On a Sunday, so you have the
scaries.
Yeah, the scaries, and then there's nothing that's gonna even bring you a faintest amount of like joy or hope for like months. Like even if you're like a big hockey fan or a big basketball fan, you don't really care about February and March.
Yeah, like I can't even really accurately describe how I felt after that double dunk game. Like I've always tried.
You were dead.
But it was more so like it was the first game like under the lights. We're in New York.
Mm-hmm.
So like you have lights like this but even brighter on you.
Yeah.
And I remember going home going back to the hotel. I wanted a cab to like get something to eat because it was late. And I remember like talking to myself, like I muttered out, and the cab driver was like alerted. But like it was the weirdest thing ever.
Yeah.
And the cab driver was like, he really thought I was probably mentally ill because at one point I was like, and I caught myself. I was like, whoa, that was
Ed,
weird.
I swear to God, this has been going on for months. I will catch myself talking to myself. And it is 100% of the time about the White Sox. I'll just be talking to myself, having full-on conversation.
Yeah.
It's like a psychological thing, they say. Like, if something's really bothering you in your head, you accidentally just like, oh, he deserved it anyways. Like,
I was, like, scared after that game. Because that game, so we started this job January 1, 2019. And our first day was at the Winter Classic, the Hawks, Bruins. We had a great bus ride back with, like, Jeremy Roenick. We're like, this job is fucking sweet. You and I fly out to New York. Those boys go to the game. And I remember, like, just wallowing but getting, like, angry texts from K. Marco, like, you got to block this reaction. Get all, like, so you're just, like, sitting there trolling the internet for reactions. The Carl video obviously went super viral. We had to block that. I couldn't get on the Wi-Fi. I'm like, I'm going to get fired, and the Bears just got knocked out because I can't figure out, like, how many things I'm supposed to block. I don't know what I'm doing in this job.
Yeah.
And, it was a bad night. It was a bad night.
Like an outburst.
Yeah.
And I was like, I didn't control myself. It was weird.
Did you guys
you were Eddie the Tank.
Honestly, like, it was like a Frank, like, outburst where I remember looking, like, it was almost like Home Alone 2. Where I looked at the Uber driver and the weird, like he had like scared eyes, like in the mirror, and I was like, "Whoa, that was weird." But like my brain was just not.
Short circuits, yeah. No, yeah. It's when you care about something that much and it continually just fucks you over, and truly doesn't care about you back. Like I have found myself in that situation where I will be walking the dog or doing whatever, and I'll just be having a full-on conversation with myself. Not actually a full-on conversation, but like words will be coming out. The conversation will be in my head. Words will come out. Just like, what the fuck were they fucking
Now,
thinking?
Dave, I feel like I remember you saying that you were scared of people that talk to themselves.
Well, I mean,
they're lunatics,
there's
obviously.
reasons for me talking to myself is Jerry Reinsdorf. But
I guess that's true.
If you're having a conversation out loud with yourself, but it's clear like there's two people in the conversation,
that's a little different.
That's a little problematic.
I'm just motherfucking people.
We should just make like a Lifetime or Hallmark video about our relationship with sports. It would be just as sad.
I was talking to
less romantic.
I was talking to Chief about this. I'm sure I don't know about Ed because he and you, but well, Megan maybe. I don't know. I have a friend on the internet.
We don't know what you're about to say.
I have a friend on the internet who I've never met in person. I don't know his full name. I think he's about 50. He's just a diehard White Sox fan, and I shoot the shit with him in DMs here and there. And him and I were talking over the last 24 hours or so about our excitement for this baseball season, and I have zero for baseball as a whole and for the White Sox specifically. And the relationship that we have with our teams, and it's very rare that they're open and honest with their fan bases. Not saying they have to like give away state secrets or anything, but the pain that they cause us, and I'm talking specifically that picture other than Stephen Shea, obviously, it's not fair.
I feel like y'all have to have some like a good team at some like the winters here are way too brutal for everything to suck. Y'all, we have what
everything fucking sucks.
But like what can we look forward to?
The 90s were a good time.
Yeah, the 90s. The 90s were probably
but
pretty great.
We were
no January,
blissfully
February.
ignorant.
Speaking of that, my son came in yesterday being like the 90s was the greatest generation ever, and I'm like,
Really?
how do you even know about the 90s?
We've been us millennials. We've been through some shit.
My daughter's like watching Fairly Odd Parents, like I used to watch as a kid, and I'm like, this is very strange. I don't know how this is all
Is
happening.
it new? They have new episodes?
No, it's
Just
the
reruns?
old, like she was watching like the Chip Skylark one the other day. I was like, my shiny teeth and me, like I remember that.
Hey, Vicky, you're so icky.
Dude, I unlocked a channel that's Are You Afraid of the Dark 24/7.
Oh,
What do you mean you
wow.
unlocked it?
I someone gave me like the link to the site, and it's amazing.
Does it hold up? Does it
yeah,
age
I
well?
feel like it definitely does not.
Most episodes don't. There are episodes that are actually like okay, but most don't. No,
I think
but
I watched one recently too, and I was like,
Yeah, it's not. Most don't. Don't get me wrong, but I thoroughly still enjoy it.
Yeah.
Good storytelling, but you might not be getting nightmares anymore.
Exactly. Yeah, and some of them are like what I actually appreciate about them is I don't know how much you remember it, but a lot of them, or like not a lot of them, but a good few of them didn't end with like a happy ending. Like the one I just,
really?
Yeah, the one I just watched where like the kid has to like beat a real life pinball game, and then he does it all, and then they like lock him in the machine, and he's just left in the
It's like
white
old
Chris-
school
yeah.
Black Mirror.
Yes, exactly.
Exactly.
It is kind of like
The
that.
John Hamm Black Mirror. Thanks.
The
to
only
whoever
episode
closed it.
I really remember was this like demon dude was
It was Dougie Applesauce. Had to get up.
Thank you for closing the door,
Go
Doug.
all the way over because Dave left the door open. And then
That
when
was
I
fine.
told Dave, he left the door open.
you got two legs too. There.
You left it open.
Yeah.
It's not on me. You left it open. You should. You know,
Yeah.
whoever left it open should have got up to do it. You know that's on you.
Doors.
Now you made Dougie do it.
Doug, any comment?
I need to get
Not
my
even
steps
back
in
to
now.
his
No.
microphone
I don't
yet.
even think he's back.
Doug, thoughts on White Sox Dave not closing the door behind him, so you had to go leave the booth and close it?
Dave, you gotta, just follow things that, or close things that you open.
There we go, Doug. Ask him if he has a tail.
That
Thank you,
was
Doug.
Very well said.
I couldn't have said it better myself.
I didn't
Yeah.
really have anything in mind. But
Yeah.
You had a mouthful of
close things that you
applesauce
open.
back
Yeah.
Was it bothering where you kept picking
You
stuff
could
up?
pick
on
up
the
some background noise.
Yeah.
Oh, so it was affecting the show.
It was bothering me too.
Oh,
I'm not gonna lie. I've noticed it out of the corner of my eye several times, and I just kept like being like, "Don't look over there. Don't look over there."
Yeah,
Don't
we have a
look over
group
there.
have a problem with closing doors in general. I feel.
Oh, is that
Well,
a
our
metaphor?
door upstairs just doesn't really close that well.
Yeah, it doesn't latch.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
They
Latch.
did that on purpose.
Probably.
Mm.
Probably.
Back to Nickelodeon though, I think Slime Time Live would have really aged well and had a market in today's television live game shows.
That was so much. I loved Slime Time.
I would still be tuning into that, and they had like popular
had
celebrities at
great
the time go on the show, made it relevant.
How come game shows just aren't popular anymore?
I think they are.
I think they are like
You just
some.
No, it's
Game
been a
Show
while
Network.
since we've had like a cultural one.
Yeah, where everybody.
I feel
tunes
like
in.
Wipeout probably was the last one. Everyone like loved Wipeout for a while.
I never watched
That's
it.
what I-
Millionaire was.
Also
Like,
depends on what you consider a game
Everybody
show.
watched it.
But like I feel in the last 20 years we've had Deal or No Deal was big for a minute. Who Wants to Be a Millionaire was huge, but
Well,
what else is there?
But think about it. So
The Bachelor?
that new
Is
Squid
that a
Game
game
one
show?
was successful, but now I think it's more that we're not tuning into like live cable like that. every
Exactly.
night.
Cut the cord.
And like you had it on the
Oh.
background on Monday night, your parents were watching it, then you get hooked. I think it's so much of that more than like
Those shows were but like you brought up Nickelodeon, like they had awesome game shows.
Mhm.
They had awesome game shows, and even like the challenge. Like the challenge is more reality TV than a game show per se, but like that's not what it used to be.
They
either.
just launched a Survivor Deal or No Deal like crossover. I saw.
That's
I
pretty
did
cool.
see that.
I think I
saw
saw
a
that
commercial
too.
for that.
Yes.
Yeah.
I thought that was a dream.
No, it was real.
But it's like like
cold
Jeopardy,
getting to you.
Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune still get airtime. Like people still enjoy those
Yes.
shows, but they
those
haven't
two will always
invented.
be around.
They haven't invented a new good show.
Because you
format.
got to be so good to get into that like daytime, like 4 p.m. slot.
Yeah, I think that's only a Chicago thing. I think Jeopardy's on at night in New York.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
You know what? I just saw that. I am very glad is being brought back. Speaking of the '90s and turn of the century, America's Most Wanted. That's the
Oh,
commercial
Eddie.
for it. What a fucking great show that was.
Fuck yeah. John Walsh.
Yeah, John. What was that? I was talking about with it? I saw a commercial. I was talking to someone. It might have been. Actually, I think it was Frank the Tank.
Imagine being a fugitive right now, hearing that show's coming back.
He's helped save like hundreds of.
Oh, ton.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
ton.
he's done a huge civil service with
Yeah.
that
Going
show.
back to Catch a Predator.
That's why, like, I know the sensationalizing of media and like murder and like girls listening to like podcasts about murder is like
They love
shit on a lot, but like it actually does help.
Yeah.
It does help.
Didn't that Adon guy?
Well, could you make an argument that it creates more murderers too?
Yeah, I don't know. I think if you got that
like the
screw,
mass
you got
murders?
that screw.
Yeah, like if you got all these shows about murder and all this stuff.
Isn't that what that Kohlberger guy was? Didn't he want
know about
like
him.
some
No,
fame and
no.
wanted to,
Did y'all
like-
see that the serial killer in New York was like had his fourth one? Like he was convicted for his fourth murder. I saw it on my
didn't see
my,
that.
my
I
I have
see
my news app on the iPhone that comes up. That's how I get my news. Just throwing it out
No,
there.
I
There's
didn't
still
see that.
still serial killers.
Yeah, there
Yeah.
definitely is still serious,
Yeah,
and I think they're
but they don't have like the catchy names anymore either.
oh
like they don't have Son of Sam. Like they don't have the Boston
Zodiac
Strangler.
Killer.
Yeah, like things like that.
like
those,
intimidating names?
Jack the Ripper.
Jack the
Yeah.
Ripper. Yeah,
You're right. You're right about that.
yeah.
But I think a lot of places try to refute a serial killer because they don't like
The idea of one.
the hubbub that comes along with it. You know,
It's good for clicks.
the terror of the streets and people being on edge. They try to curb that really quick.
Yeah.
But no, I think that's a great show. I mean, you know how that started, right? We talked about that.
Oh,
His son got like
yeah.
kidnapped from like a Sears or something. Like he,
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He-
yeah.
it was like vigilante. Yeah.
yeah, it's like so
Vigilante
then he
justice.
like
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know led the charge on that kind of thing, and then he ran a great show.
I would love to talk to him about it one day.
John Walsh.
Yeah, I mean, what happened to that show over the last 20 years?
Programs change.
Yeah, of course, but like that, I feel like it was insanely popular and then just disappeared.
Do they ever
There
have
was
like?
no like tapered off
Yeah.
popularity. It just ended.
Do they ever
Like,
put terrorists on there?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Well, it's called America's Most Wanted,
So,
right?
be a terrorist in the United
No,
States.
I know, but you would you call it FBI's Most Wanted?
I thought it was it FBI's Most Wanted.
FBI's top 10. I'm mixing up the two.
Yeah.
Regardless, that's not even a good point.
I don't know. I'd watch a Zero Dark 30 show where they're just like searching
Hunting
for
I've-
For
fucking-
terrorists.
particular
Yeah.
guy. Yeah.
Speaking of people going missing, I know this is a random one, but have you guys heard of the conspiracy theory that all of the kids on the Walmart missing posters are actually have been abducted from that Walmart and like put into human trafficking?
Oh, I really hope that's not true.
Because Walmart's like where's the only place that you see like missing posters really?
I
Yeah.
feel like I don't see him.
Exactly. But in
Yeah.
Walmart, there's always a big ass board of like missing. So I saw there was a TikTok one time, and I just went like for like 3 hours. And I'm
There's that one guy in
convinced.
Chicago who goes around killing a bunch of people that look like that guy over there.
Handsome, tall.
Dumping him in
No,
the
Danny's
bodies
aged
of
out.
water. Yeah,
Nicky
Danny's too
Sm-
old
Nicky
for
Still,
that.
Smokes.
he looks the age though.
Nicky Smokes is the new target.
Smokes.
Yeah, he does look the age. You're right.
Danny Lance,
Lance for sure.
Dougie Applesauce.
Dougie Applesauce, you gotta walk around with your
Dougie
hat.
Applesauce
Zoopy.
might
Chicago
he's too
streets.
nice. He might put him in the water.
How old are you, Applesauce?
24.
Oh,
Oh yeah,
fuck.
you're
wow,
murder.
you're a
Your
baby.
murder range.
You're
for
probably
sure.
gonna get murdered tonight.
You're 24, Applesauce?
24. Graduated at IU in 21.
That's stunning to me.
You don't look like the typical IU person.
You excited for the game tonight?
They play Purdue tonight, 6 p.m. Peacock.
Big game.
Why do you not think I look like an IU stereotypical guy?
You don't look fratty, dude.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
So he doesn't look like white boy Rick?
Yeah, he's the other IU guy.
Yeah,
I didn't know he went there, but he looks like
Rick,
an IU guy.
Rick looks way more like
yes,
an IU
he looks
guy.
like an IU guy.
He looks like more of a fucking douchebag.
He's brought up the cock. Did you like?
I got Peacock. I've been on Peacock.
I've been on that cock too.
Yeah.
Oh.
I
There?
do not have it.
Dave has no cock.
No cock for Dave.
Dave has no cock.
But
No
so
cock, no
I
Peacock.
I have no legs.
I have
no
Peacock
legs.
because of the soccer, but it infuriates me when they have one Notre Dame game a year on there. It drives me fucking crazy. And then they have now an NFL wildcard game. It seems like that's not right.
The absolute worst thing about streaming sports games is when it's in between plays, like a media timeout or something.
Can't turn
and
the channel.
Go to turn the channel, and I can't fucking turn the channel. That's all I
Yes.
want to be able to do is flick the channel. I don't care to what.
I just
I'm
wanna
not flicking it to anywhere in particular. I
don't
just
want
want
to
to be
just
able
hit
to do it.
guide.
That's exactly it.
Yeah. Like
Go
I'm not
watch
even
Shawshank
necessarily.
Redemption on TBS or whatever.
I'm not, but I might not even turn the channel. I just like to kind of see what's on and
Exactly.
not watch a commercial.
It's awful.
Yeah.
That's why they should never stream sporting events.
Low key, those commercial slots got to be the most expensive.
So
They
game
should
now.
be.
Yeah.
They should be because you got a captive audience.
Yeah, exactly.
Forced to watch.
Speaking of captive audience, I feel like we all were very captivated last night by our trip.
We were. Well, hold on. I got to get into the cock a little bit.
Well,
more.
we want some.
The cock, like, so that was the first time actually going on. I watched it at a local bar,
There we go. Give the cock some work there.
and
I
like
saw you went to like 4 bars to find
went to
it.
3 bars.
3 bars to find it.
First one, walk in, about to sit down. I see that they got NBC on, and it's like tune into Peacock, and I saw that, and like people are getting duped. I'm like, hey, you guys got Peacock? They're like, oh no, but my God, sorry, gotta leave. Like no worries. They're like, yeah, no worries.
Did you leave the neighborhood?
We understand.
Question.
No, I just went to another local bar. The second local bar I go to, and the lady, she's like, I don't know. What do you mean? The game's right there. I was like, no, they're like, it's not the game. Like they're gonna change it.
Was
on
she
you."
older?
She was old.
And then you go, you can't ever
Yes.
explain that to them.
Oh, you can't.
Older lady bartender. I was like, no, they're like, here's like, I was like, do you have
It's on
Xfinity?
Peacock.
Yeah, I was like, do you have Xfinity? She's like, yeah. I'm like, oh, then you probably have Peacock. Like, and she's like, yeah, but I don't know how to do all
See,
that. You know, and I was
Eddie,
like,
Eddie, you're born and raised in Chicago. You've never left Chicago city limits other than college. But you tell stories like this, and like you're you're a rural guy. You're from the sticks.
but
Sounds
You're
like
going-
into some bar
If you're
in
going up,
Eustis, Nebraska.
yeah, like
it's more so I'm just going to bars for old people.
right.
It's like more
yes.
kind of the thing.
But that's also, I feel like there's probably more of those in your neighborhood. Like it's the same
Yes.
bars because you have people who been there. But
Yes.
don't.
Forever.
Yeah.
Finally, third time's a charm. I get to this bar, and like we kind of know the owner a little bit, and like I knew someone who was working. Like, hey, you guys got Peacock? Like, what's going on? They're like, like we'll figure it out. We'll check it out. So finally, they get it on. The 3 TVs. One is way faster than the other 2,
Of course.
and they couldn't figure out how to switch the sound. So we were just listening to that Survivor fucking
Commercial?
Deal or No Deal game while we're watching the
Oh.
Dolphins Chiefs.
That's the worst.
And it was like brutal. Then like credit to the employee, they were missing like an adapter. She went to Target and she bought an adapter and she got sound for the
Oh
game.
wow.
Oh wow.
That-
Sound was a play ahead.
Did you tip her?
Oh
Yes.
no.
It was like you think like sound to play ahead is like horrendous.
It's worse than anything. It's
Yeah.
worse than it being behind. It's
Yes.
like it's constant spoilers.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So at that point, you just like cut the audio, like
Yeah.
put on
So,
music.
so then finally, I don't know what happened during halftime. They finally matched it up, or like during the third quarter, they like matched it up and then
Sync
like, it was
it.
fine. But the TVs were. It's like why? Like truly, I think back to that clip from what Big Cat was talking about during that Bears Commanders game. It's like cable did work. It's the fastest.
It's true.
It's the most reliable.
That's why I pay $300 a month for fucking Comcast.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I still have cable too. I wish I could cut the cord, but I just can't.
You can't, and like there is something that remote is just still the king too.
I
It's
don't-
just a better experience, and I do think once they reach critical mass of having more streamers, they're just going to jack the price to what the old cable prices were, but you're not going to have the remote.
Yeah, that remote, I could be blindfolded. I know exactly where my thumb's going.
Yeah, I don't
It's
know.
like
Sorry.
what's that little thing they do in Avatar where they have the squiggles and they like attach
the
to each other?
ponytails
Oh, the
warp together.
That's me and the remote. I know exactly.
I
We're like
say-
we're
is it
one.
Yahweh? Yeah, no.
Yahweh or
Ya-
something?
Yahweh is
Ya-
God.
But no, but in the thing they call the tree.
It's something like that. You're
it's
right.
Like something.
I think it's the Hebrew word for God is
Yeah.
Yahweh.
Well, yeah,
is.
that's correct, but it sounds similar to the name that
You're
they
right.
call the tree.
Yahweh.
Applesauce. Can we look that up, Jamie?
Applesauce.
Awe.
Something like that. You're right.
It's something like that.
Yeah.
Now my brain's only going to think of that.
So yeah, that was it. And I made a little joke about it on Twitter, and people, of course, think I'm poor because they don't want to buy it. It's like, no, I just like,
Yeah, what are you gonna watch that? And
I saw people didn't believe that you went to multiple bars.
I couldn't believe that either. Like, why would I lie about that? I was like stunned.
You were getting called out hard.
You are.
Yeah, a couple people were like, yeah, that didn't happen. It's like, what would I gain from lying about going to a couple different, like, that's not even a good story.
Yeah, and they you could assume the bars are the same block. There's a bunch of stretches.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I went to a bar on Northwest
You didn't
Highway,
bar hop.
Then I went to one in
You didn't
Milwaukee,
fucking
and then I
bar
went to
hop.
one on Elston.
Actually, now I'm kind of with those people. You moving locations more than once sounds kind of made up to me.
Those are all within like a mile of each other, though.
City miles are long.
But he did say
Yeah,
on
And
the,
I
Not
was
like you went
driving.
from
I wasn't
Declan's to
walking
Happy
either.
Camper.
I was driving.
he said on the last show that he would bar hop as long as it wasn't like away from each other. It had to be local. So
He was in a trolley with a couple of guys.
Yeah, that was it. Me and two friends were in a trolley.
Yeah.
Like, why was you I was like, dude, I want to watch with my friend. Like, people are nuts.
Yeah.
Whatever. But that's another thing. Megan, so back to you. Also, I guess the Miller Lite that got cut off, so we got to talk about it again, which we don't mind doing. We had some Miller Lights at Medieval Times yesterday.
they were so good out of that chalice. As I said, I'm really excited to make hot cocoa in it now.
Yes.
But the Miller Lite, I don't think that I've had a better Miller Lite than I did at Medieval Times.
I took mine home as well. It's actually on my desk right now. I think I'm gonna make it my exclusive Miller Lite chalice. Like, I don't like pint. I got a million pint glasses at my house. They're all out. I just need one mug, one chalice, one beer stein. It's all for Miller Lite.
It doesn't fill you up
I
either.
feel like I fucked
I was able to like
king.
drink Miller and eat Dragon. It was a great
Yeah.
night.
Yeah, it was awesome. An elite Miller Lite at Medieval Times if you're thinking about going.
Mm-hmm.
We confirm they have Miller products, so that's even more the reason for going.
Yeah, we're worried about them just having mead and homemade wine. Nope.
Dragon piss.
Yeah. Came stacked with Miller Lights. They adapted.
Miller Lite. So yeah, Miller Lite, great taste, 96 calories. Go to MillerLite.com/midshow to find delivery options near you. Or you can pick up some Miller Lite pretty much anywhere that they sell beer. Tastes like Miller time. Celebrate responsibly. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, 96 calories and 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces. So honestly, a great time at the castle.
Yeah.
A great time at the castle. We're not going to give any spoilers here, but what we did, the video is going to drop next Friday. Yeah,
I'm
there's a
sad I
picture
missed
of us.
that picture.
I know.
It makes
Yeah.
me
I don't
really
even remember
sad.
taking that one.
I don't remember taking that one either.
That was in the beginning.
Yeah, it's right when you walk in. They usher you to the front.
I had to
So I
stand
remember
in
we
the line
took a
by
big
myself.
one at the end with
With
Megan
everyone,
and
yeah.
the group and the knights and everybody, the king and the queen. So
Yeah,
Someone said
I had a
got
fan
a
there.
unibrow.
did.
I had a fan.
A real fan. Yeah.
I was not
you think
expecting.
you have a unibrow in that
Someone's
picture?
like, "Get Dave garden shears for his unibrow." Do I have a unibrow?
No.
right
Zoom in
now,
on Dave.
no, you definitely do not have a unibrow.
Give Dave a good
but
zoom. Show the
that-
camera. Prove it that you don't have a fucking unibrow, Dave. Not on the picture. Zoom in on Dave right now.
Yeah,
I want it. I want
Doug, you know
my
Photoshop, right?
Come on. Yeah.
Which camera right here?
Unibrow cam.
Put your camera right here.
Come on,
Zoom.
unibrow cam.
Address the masses. I do not have a unibrow.
you're looking at the wrong
Period.
camera.
There you go. You got it. You got it. Zoom. Enhance. Enhance.
I don't know. It's looking a little unibrow.
Enhance. Dude, I feel like I'm
There
about
you
to,
go.
That's the most I can go.
This is it? I feel like we're about to get
That's the
some
most
like,
we need.
him
Yeah.
giving that
I,
point. It's like a Christianity guy that I see at 2 a.m. on an infomercial.
White Sox Olstein.
Were you checking
Yeah.
your nostrils right there?
No, I was getting a glare
Like-
out of my forehead
Oh.
because it does look a little unibrowy right now.
Oh, damn.
Maybe you
You
got
know what it is? It's a little, and this is not an insult, but it's a little Neanderthal-y. Like they have, I think it's like 3% of the population still has Neanderthal DNA. And
Non-insult.
you have a more pronounced for it. It's not. Like, so many people have it. But like that's where that feature is, where you have a little bit of a forehead.
Why would that be an insult?
To call someone a Neanderthal?
Yeah, just honestly, I'll ask a dumb question. I don't mind.
Because that it's implied that they're,
Dumb.
dumber and
Yeah,
they
like
went
less
extinct.
sophisticated.
Yeah.
They haven't evolved.
Have you seen the new Geico commercial where they brought back the caveman?
No.
Geico is consistently.
I hit guide when commercials come on.
No, Geicos are worth saying. The Pinocchio,
That one's super funny.
they're all laugh out loud funny. The one where he does like the Tinder date or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then the cavemen are all hilarious.
Did you see the new one where he's like, "That's a bad dream," and they were like, he's like, "They made me a pun," and she was like, "Honey, relax," and then they were like, "So easy."
Is this
well,
Pinocchio or
it was the caveman. They brought the caveman back, and they're like, "It's so easy." Well, and like the caveman's just like he had a bad dream.
the best one was where Pinocchio, he was like a motivational speaker or whatever, and he's like, "And you're gonna be a star, and you're gonna," and then it zooms to this guy that looks like such a fucking deadbeat loser in the crowd, and he's like, "And you're," and then all of a sudden his nose just starts going. And they zoom, and the guy's just like he cannot possibly like hold a job even.
If we did a commercial draft, like it might just be all Geico.
Yeah, they have the lizard. They have
Hump day.
Hump Day. Yeah, the camel.
Yeah.
Hump Day.
You don't like Geico? Did you say you change him?
He just doesn't like commercials.
I don't watch any commercials.
Oh,
Commercial
well,
comes
Geico
on.
commercials are the
I agree.
The Pinocchio ones are the only ones that have like
They're
made
funny.
me laugh out
They've
loud.
got good commercials, but like I'm not sticking around to watch.
I'll watch the motivational speaker.
I
one.
feel like
Also,
they don't. Do they get in on the Super Bowl commercial game? Because I feel like the Super Bowl commercials used to be hilarious, and now they haven't been in a while. But I bet you if Geico was in the mix,
another commercial I will tolerate is, I think it's Allstate, where he's like the guy that's like all destruction.
Oh,
like
Mayhem?
Mayhem.
Yeah.
Those, I do like those, like where he's just like throwing stuff out of his car window, and he's like, sometimes stuff like mayhem happens, and like a guy gets like in a humongous wreck behind him.
They got the fake Denzel. Allstate.
Yeah.
It's not the fake Denzel. That's President Palmer, you idiot.
yeah, from 24.
Mm-mm.
Wow.
I
I'd vote for
disagree.
President Palmer tomorrow for one.
It was a
Remember how
Kanye
they
West
tried
lyric.
to assassinate him.
with the poison in the
Was it?
palm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You
I
a fake
actually wanna start
Denzel like
that
the
again soon.
Allstate.
That's
That was
something-
actually a lyric.
Yeah, Kanye West featuring the Ophelius London all day.
Wow.
Look at Danny over here. He's cultured.
rapper Dan,
Cultured.
He is our resident rep guy.
Ice Spice.
Also, really
By
quickly,
default.
Pedro Serrano on Major League. He
I
just
thought
called
about
him
this last night. Did you guys, the guy
dollar
from
store fucking Denzel. What the fuck?
from Medieval Times at the end that stood up and like was like, Eddie, Dave, like he like got.
I love that.
My,
I love that.
My
part.
thing is, imagine like none of his friends knew that he had to go with his family to Medieval Times, like, and he like was like, yeah, I saw the Chicago guys. Where'd you see him at? Medieval Times.
But-
a jousting battle in Schaumburg.
yeah,
Yeah.
I will say the jousting.
Sick.
It was sick.
it was cool.
Dude, Medieval
Every-
Times, I can't say enough good things about them. Also, like, they treated us like kings. They were
Yeah, they're
so
great.
nice to us.
Literally.
Had us out. So what we did was, there's 6 nights. We all got sat in the green section, but we all wore a different crown to support a different knight.
And it caused mayhem.
Yeah, like all the knights were
They were
confused.
thrown
Like,
off.
wait, you should be rooting for green. It's like, sorry.
Yeah,
So like
Yeah.
the way we did it was because you get eliminated gradually if you've never been in Medieval Times. We did whoever lost the final duel. So basically, the runner-up is going to have to dress as a knight when the video comes out. So that video comes out next Friday. So the following Tuesday, someone in this room or Danny Lance, the 6th person, our producer back there, will dress as a knight, which I'm sure Dougie Applesauce will agree to as well, since he's back there with us every day. Okay, good.
thumbs up.
Good. So it was good. It was fun though. The
Yeah.
food was good.
Mm-hmm.
The food was great. 4-course meal they serve you.
Yeah.
That should be like promoted more.
Dragon's blood, dragon.
Yeah, I haven't had dragon in a
Roasted
while.
dragon. The
Roasted
roasted dragon
dragon.
was fantastic.
The bread roasted with dragon breath.
Garlic.
Yeah, it's definitely worth some, especially like when to go. It's worth to go do something.
Be inside.
Yeah,
Also,
man.
seeing
was a
that
Monday
cast
night.
I
night
will
was
say-
I
pretty-
couldn't.
Yeah.
There was not one thing I would have rather done than gone to Medieval Times last night.
No, it's perfect. But the same thing. People are like, there's NFL playoffs. It's like also that game got rescheduled.
Yeah,
Yeah,
what
we
the
had
fuck?
this schedule.
Right.
Fucking idiots.
Yeah.
Like, we had this.
We didn't just decide to go on a whim.
Yeah.
Also, we got home in the perfect time to watch the
Yeah.
second
Eagles
game.
game, yeah.
Yeah.
So
It didn't even start yet.
exactly.
Yeah.
This whole round, except for one game, was shit though.
Dude, so bad.
I can't remember a wild card week. Usually, you get like one stinker.
I didn't really watch the fucking Eagle. It was That was such a.
It was, but like you could tell early on that
it was over.
Yeah.
That's exactly why. Because
Right.
I'm like, they look like fucking shit.
Well, I saw a tweet. I think it was maybe Smitty that had retweeted it, but it was like a graphic of Jalen Hurts being like, "Yeah, I shouldn't have gone back out there. My fingers hurt. Like I'm hurting way more than I should be." And like he like quote retweeted and was like, "Why would you ever tell anyone this? Like, don't tell anybody that you're hurt. Like, don't do that." And it's like
that was from today.
I think it was a couple like maybe 4 or 5 days ago, but I saw like the graphic is stuck in my head where it's like clearly like a quote from Jalen Hurts being like, "I shouldn't have gone back out there. My finger's killing me. Like I fucked up essentially."
Yeah, that is one of my favorite traditions. We did the traditions draft. It's like an unofficial tradition for hockey playoffs. Is that as soon as the team gets eliminated, you're like, oh, this guy had like a dislocated kneecap. That guy's fingers were broken. This guy had a crack in his ribs. Like everybody is like, it's like The Walking Dead after an NHL playoff series, and they like finally disclose upper and lower body. And you're like, how the fuck was that guy playing with like a dislocated shoulder?
And that's why when someone like slips just a little bit, like they don't look right, like they're not playing well. It's like, he's probably hurt.
It's probably
He's hurt.
It's like a whole season buildup of it too.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that was like the Patrick Kane thing. Like, oh, this guy's fucking, he sucks now. That was at the end of last year. It's like, well, he's playing on one leg.
Yeah, his hip is like shattered.
Dangling.
I saw your boy. It's Bedard.
Connor Bedard.
Like came back on the ice after.
You live here now too, and you
I
didn't
know.
have a hockey team, so he's your boy.
He's okay. Yeah, he's my boy too. Even though I haven't watched any hockey.
All right.
I saw that he got hurt and came back in like 2 games later, supposedly.
No, he's still out,
Oh,
but
is he?
he broke his jaw, and he's supposed to be out 8 weeks, but he's already back practicing.
Is it from like a fight or did he fall?
He just
or-
got it was a clean hit, but hit right to the face and broke his jaw.
Is he her boy though? I've been seeing a lot of people wearing some Blackhawk stuff here recently.
I have too.
Yeah.
I don't hate it. Brandon Walker's.
Yeah, but my thing is it better be like like Ben Mintz. I'm trying to go. I'm trying to see the black. I think he did the same thing with the Rangers, and they phased out. He fizzled out on the Rangers too.
So I have this thing where when the Blackhawks got good the last time, you had this divide in the fan base being like, oh, you're just bandwagon. You just showed up late. And it's like, bro, like, would you want to go back how it was in 2006 where you had entire sections were empty? Like, hockey needs more fans. You should welcome more fans in general. So if Brandon Walker wants to be a fan, I think that's
yeah.
great.
I didn't even say him.
I know, but I'm saying
more referring to
in general.
Mincy.
And it's like, right. And if Mincy wants to get in now when they're playing San Jose tonight, it's the two worst. It's like probably the worst combined rosters ever to play at an NHL game.
Should we take the over?
I don't think so.
Mr. Ice?
I don't think they got guys who can score.
Ugh.
I don't think either team can. So they're horrible. If you're willing, like Brandon Walker, I can't remember I think it was maybe Winnipeg, where they lost 3-0 a couple weeks ago. He watched every second of it. If you're willing to sit there through this, in the year 2024 where they're awful, I will personally. You're allowed to be a fan when they are good.
On that note, though, there's a difference between Brandon Walker coming from Mississippi or you coming from Louisiana and deep south where hockey is non-existent and being like, yeah, I want to give hockey a shot.
Yeah.
Than someone like me who admittedly had all the access to the Blackhawks he wanted for 20 whatever years.
No, you didn't.
I mean, I could have gone to any Blackhawks game. When I was
they weren't on
freshman-
TV
when I
and
was
they
a
weren't
freshman in
good.
college,
so.
that was Taves and Kane's rookie year. We found a guy on the south side that was making flawless fake IDs, but it would take a couple hours. So we'd go pay $7, sit basically on the glass, and go to Hawks games. That was their rookie year.
They're $8, and then you get in with for
$8
50% off with
Yeah, I
a
remember
student
that.
ID.
student ID. You get in for $4. And that sounds like someone's telling a story about the Brooklyn Dodgers. Like that was me, not that
That was
Yeah, I
was in
paid
college.
$9 to see Hawks
But-
Red Wings in the
Yeah.
300s.
My point is that I fully admitted.
Yeah,
was a
I
bandwagon fan.
but like I think that's fine.
Yeah, but it's different. Like it's in your blood. Like if you grew up here, like I'm not saying one way or the
Yeah.
other.
No, I
I
know,
think,
but like
you have more leniency to be a bandwagon.
I do think hockey in general, and hockey people get mad at me when I say this, is so niche that like if someone's not holding your hand, like exposing you to it, especially people our age, where the Hawks were not on TV, and when games were on TV, it was not high definition, which really does change.
Hockey's the best
The
high
view.
def,
It's the biggest gap between standard and high
Yeah.
as a fan experience. So I gave kind of carte blanche, and I will continue to anybody who wants to get into hockey should be.
Okay, so what about this then? What if they do win one and everyone's like celebrating like crazy? Is that okay? Like Dave, Nicky Smokes been rocking a White Sox hat.
All right, how about this? I'll give an example from last time too. Like White Sox Dave was dying to party with the cup in 15. Dying to. Didn't really give a fuck about the Blackhawks, correct? Right. So that to me is like, yeah, you want to celebrate, watch, be happy about it, great. If you want like that next level where like you think you're going to go to a cup party, I think that's like a little bit much.
I think that's fair.
Yeah, I think that's fair too.
You have to
I
suck
also
dick all
think-
season to go to a cup party.
What?
I
said you need to suck
but
dick all season to go to
I
a cup
watched
party.
every single Hawks game. Like it'd be a Tuesday night, and the Blackhawks were on during those good years. Like I didn't miss one.
Yeah,
And there was
that's
a period
true.
when a long period.
So how will you feel, Dave? White Sox, God willing, raise that World Series trophy, and then
it's-
Nicky Smokes on the front lines at Turtles, going nuts with you like,
Go-
we did it, boys.
Smokes can go bananas because I know Smokes is a sports fan. Smokes doesn't actually have an emotional attachment to the White Sox. He wouldn't actually care, so I wouldn't actually care. It'd be one thing if he were a Cubs fan and then decided, like, I would be fucking irate if anybody on like Cusack. You can't do that. You just can't do
I knew
that.
that name
you
was
gotta-
coming.
you gotta
You
pick a
can't-
side.
You cannot do that.
By the way, this is
That
what's
is
my white
such a
elephant gift.
bitch-made
I'm still an
fucking
Astros fan, but this makes my eyes look pretty on camera, so I wore it today.
There you go.
What if Smoke starts stealing your White Sox blogs?
Go for it.
No.
But Dave, you would that would sit well with you? Like, we did it, boys. Like,
What if it was Will Compton celebrating the Nashville White Sox World Series?
Bombs away.
Okay.
you wouldn't
He's not
look at
even
him and be like, you don't even remember Jersey Gate with Chris Sale. You don't remember the LaRussa DUI days. You don't remember
Yeah.
when we whiffed on Harper and Machado.
It would definitely mean it means more. Like the Hawks winning would mean more to me than anyone else here.
Yeah, I just
It
wanted
would
to party.
mean, yeah, right. And it would, and the White Sox winning would mean more to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I would only take exception if you were rooting against them. Like Smokes he probably never heard of the White Sox until he moved here. Like there's a
Baseball?
big difference to me. You can't hop on if you've ever rooted against.
But he's from a major market. I mean, granted, his team is like.
I'm obviously embellishing for the sake of the proving a point, but like he doesn't actually care
No,
about
I know, but I'm saying like he hypothetically has no reason not to be a Marlins fan.
Or
Yeah.
a Rays fan, even if he wanted to go a little further north.
Yeah, and be like root for a good team.
Have a great bullpen.
Yeah, I don't know. I see both sides of the coin.
No,
That's all I'm saying.
I guess I was so annoyed by the Hardos last time.
Yes, you're in a unique spot
Yeah.
with your sport.
Yes.
know?
Yes.
hockey
My
is very
sport
niche.
and this town, because I don't know if I think if I were a Rangers fan and they finally won it, I would kind of scoff at the people who were celebrating even though they were bandwagon. Because they've been the Rangers for, like.
See, I hate the Rangers, but when they won, Mincy's,
They haven't won shit.
they won the
He's
World
talking
Oh,
about
I'm
New
talking
York.
hockey.
Oh,
Talking hockey.
I thought you were talking baseball.
No, no,
Sorry,
no, go
different
ahead.
Rangers. But whenever whenever Mincy's producer Moody came up, he's a hardcore Rangers fan, has been his whole life.
Yeah.
People like that, I congratulated. Anybody that's just wanted to talk shit because I was an Astros fan and the Rangers won, that's when I'm like, why would I tell you congratulations? Why are you being so boastful?
I will never, ever, ever, ever congratulate a fan on anything.
Why?
On anything.
I
What did
disagree
you?
with that?
The word
Fuck that.
congratulations is weird.
Fuck off. Yeah. First of all, that
Say like I'm happy
know what?
for you, but like congratulations makes it. It
It's like
implies
congrats-
that they had
do
something.
something.
What'd you
to-
congrats,
right.
man? Well, you have to be a fan of a team that sucks forever. I
Yeah,
mean,
it's just-
congratulations on finally getting one.
Yeah,
But
the
like,
Lions.
but
It-
yeah, but I didn't
equate it to
congratulate
something
Matt.
Like this. Like I
Corey
I didn't
yesterday.
congratulate him.
Yeah, but congratulating is a word of hey, I'm happy for you.
That's
That's
but
more
yeah.
of what I'm meaning it.
no.
No.
Like I equate it to like this. Like I got big family. I'm shitting out, and my siblings are shitting out nephews and nieces at a fucking rapid rate right
How
now.
it works, man.
And they tell me people. I'll be like, oh yeah, I gotta visit the new niece, and it's like congratulations. It's like I hate that.
Oh,
Don't
yeah.
congratulate me on anything unless I have merit for it. And I'm not going to congratulate you on anything unless.
Well, what are you
it'd be
supposed to say?
See, it'd be a little different.
I think
though.
people when
Just manners.
I want you to
Yeah.
have suffered. Like Frank the Tank, if the Mets won it, I'd be like, congratulations. But if it's like a random fucking fan, like I'm not going to congratulate a fan base.
You want
I would
the,
be like, oh, that's nice for your family.
You want the the office birthday party thing where instead of happy birthday, go, it is your birthday.
Yeah.
You are an uncle.
Statement of fact. But what would you for
Yeah.
going forward, since they're shitting them out left and right? If you were to say, "Oh yeah, I have to go see my new nephew," should I say cool? Like what should I say? Because I feel like
anything but congrats.
Yeah, it's not a like.
Like
oh,
that-
What
that's
did I
awesome.
do to?
that's happy. That's
earn
nice for your family.
That's exciting.
Exciting for your family.
I think congratulations, though. I think as a society we're lazy, and I think everyone knows that congratulations is just like a awesome, great job, excellent.
That's what I'm
perfect.
saying. Great job. You didn't do anything.
Well, great. you're going to see 'em.
Congratulations. Just might as well hold hands with sincerely after an email.
Probably.
You know, it's just like those both are just arm in arm and just.
I
don't like. I don't like writing sincerely on emails.
But see,
I'm not sincere about it.
Chief writes love.
I'll write like best.
Peace
or
out.
You write best.
I'll write. I'll
Holy
something. Yeah. We've told that story, but I used to write
Best Eagle.
best eagle.
I remember when he
Best
told me
Eagle.
that story.
I don't know if I know that.
You don't know this story?
He told me this story in my cube, and I was laughing so hard I was getting like an ab workout.
So
I appreciated it.
back at my old job,
Best Eagle.
I worked for a Polish company, and we had a Polish CEO, and he would spend like
Lucas.
2 weeks. No, different one.
Okay.
Marcin.
Oh, I remember.
And he would come over back and forth, and so I was always writing him emails, and I just decided one day to start instead of sincerely, I just wrote Best Eagle, and like every email I just write Best Eagle.
Can I cut you off for a second?
I guess.
Well, you're not telling this story as well as you could because you need to really hammer home how much you fucking detested those people.
Yeah, I really hated them a lot. I fucking
hated
them.
these
they
people.
They were like the worst. Lied about everything. You know,
So why Eagle?
What the hell's Eagle?
it's nothing. Okay, is the point. So I would just write Best Eagle, Best Eagle, Best Eagle.
Eagle.
Yeah, it just popped into my head one day, and I'm just like, I'm just gonna fuck with this guy
Because it's
so,
an American.
Yeah, and he was like, grew up behind the wall. Like he was probably like in his late 40s.
So he definitely thought you were just like a go USA.
He finally asked me about it after like I don't know 30 emails. Where he's like, what is this Best Eagle? And I'm like, oh, it's like an American expression. It means like, you know, so I think I said like the gladiator thing, like strength and honor. Okay. And he's like, oh, okay. So after a while, I stopped doing it and I forgot about it. We had a big customer in and they were like reaming us for something and some fuck up that we did. So at the end of it, I'm like, all right, like I'll walk our customers were American. I walked them their car. He's like, that fucking guy, like, and he's like, and another, what the fuck is Best Eagle? So like Marcin, I had been writing him this as just like a joke to myself for months, and then he was like replying to our customers in private, in emails.
No,
Best Eagle.
Best Eagle.
Wasn't it like a massive global brand? If I recall correctly.
Yes. So it and this like I don't think I had done it. Like I think I'd stopped writing it for like 6 or 8 months, like maybe longer, and. So that like when I heard it from this like customer of ours, like of a major global, and he had been like yelling at us all day, and like and Marcin was not at this, it's just me and his team out by his car as they're getting ready to leave, and another, what the fuck is this Best Eagle? What does he mean with that? I don't know. It's fucking Polish, dude. I don't know what you want me to say.
That's unreal.
Yeah.
When my freshman year math class, we would I'll do the homework, and you would pass the homework up in your row, and I was front of the row, and there's a kid behind me, and I always fuck with him. His name was Anthony, and I'd quickly erase Anthony, and I'd put Copernicus Delgado, and it went by for like 3 weeks, and the teacher was kind of in a bad mood one day, and Anthony, now known as Copernicus, said something. He's like, also, is like Copernicus a nickname or something, or what is that? Anthony had no idea. He's like, what are you talking about?
Just a joke unto yourself.
Yeah, just me and myself enjoying math class the best I could freshman year of high school.
My senior year of high school, I took it was elective. It was called baseball and literature. So you had to read like Shoeless Joe, The Natural, and it was a really cool class. And one of the of the things we had to do is we had to give a presentation on anybody you wanted that had anything to do with baseball. For some reason, I picked George Steinbrenner. I don't know why. He just passed away like recently, I think it was. So I did this whole like PowerPoint on him and everything. And one of my teammates, I'm not going to say his name out loud, but our teacher's last name, it was Smith. I'll say that just because of how common it was. But my buddy got in trouble. He was getting bitch at. He didn't do his homework or whatever it was. So for some reason, the teacher put him in the very back row of the class. And during the presentation, my buddy, or the teacher, he was in the second to last row. Like while you were speaking, he was staring at you from like the students, you know. And my buddy was right behind him. And as I'm giving this speech on George Steinbrenner and, you know, evil empire, all that shit, and he held up a little white sign that said, "Smith sucks balls," right over the teacher's head. And I see it, lose my fucking shit. Just start laughing hysterically because obviously the teacher doesn't see it. The rest of the class, they don't see it. I'm just laughing hysterically. Everyone looks around. He crumples it up. He actually got suspended for a day for it. Or a couple days for it. So...
Why, you ratted him out?
Eventually, it got bad. I didn't rat him out.
Chief, I'm going to attempt to ask this again because someone in the chat is not pleased with your explanation. What the hell is Eagle? Why Eagle? Was it like just were you going American themed? Like thought Eagle?
Yeah, I don't know. It was just like I was like
Best pigeon?
bored, and I thought I could like it played out better than I ever anticipated, but it was like random words. You know?
Eagle's a Polish thing too.
Doing Mad Libs.
Is it?
I don't know.
The Polish eagle's like a big tattoo. That Polish.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Is that an eagle? I
I'm
know what
pretty
you're
sure.
talking about.
I'm pretty sure the
The
Polish.
But I
flag
feel
eagle's
like the
thing.
Germans have that too. Like I feel like all those countries in that,
Like a crest almost.
Austria and
Yeah.
I used to
Austria,
have a bald eagle
Poland.
that lived across the bayou from me.
Bald eagles are sweet.
How many indents were you
I
doing?
saw a bald eagle at Sydney.
Down?
Yeah.
Probably like 4. You know, like your typical email signature.
My dad, I had to go like the future meme on him. One day he's at our computer and he's just holding down the space bar. I'm like, what are you doing? He's like,
No.
I have to write like sincerely. I'm like, and I just start hitting enter. He goes, oh my God, you saved me so much time.
Remember
Yeah,
Tab?
Polish eagle.
I'm not gonna lie, that happened to me. I set my purse down on my laptop, and I was like, to put the password in, and I guess it like the laptop just kept going and going and going, and so I was sitting there, going back, and Captain Ferdinand goes, you know, you can just hit like something A, and I was like, what?
Or like
return
select
A.
all.
Yeah, and I was like, what? And I did it, and it went away, and I
Yeah.
never felt dumber.
This is the Polish coat of arms, so maybe he liked it for that too. I don't know.
That's really funny.
I bet they're still using it at that company.
I mean, the company is defunct now, but I
Chief ran it into the
Where-
ground.
yeah.
Best
well,
Eagle.
our company is being demolished. Best Eagle.
Best Eagle. yeah. That was overall a pretty miserable 4-year-ish experience, 4.5-year experience. That one day was,
It made it all worth it.
and I wasn't personally getting yelled at by them. I think they knew that it was the Polish guys were fucking everything up. So it was like I'm in good standing with them, but I hope they listen to this and know that somehow this clip makes it to them. That because I didn't tell them because that was an inside joke with myself 8 months ago.
Yeah. How do you have that? Yeah.
Yeah, so I was like, I don't know.
That would be really
They're
embarrassing.
Polish guys.
Can you imagine if they actually got really mad? Like, obviously not a fireable offense, but just so frustrated or like embarrassed because they were using it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd say
I think it could be a.
close to a fireable offense.
He's just saying best Eagle. Like,
But
why
like
is it?
to make himself look like a dumbass to customers?
Yeah,
Oh.
that's like.
But I didn't know that he was. I don't know. I didn't know that he
anyone
was
who first
Michael
reads
it.
that is like, oh, I'm dumb for not knowing what that is.
That-
He said it-
exactly,
he
yeah.
said it so
100%.
casually
It
and
would-
professionally.
Yeah, and it would never it would only work if there was like a little bit of a language.
Would you capitalize the Eagle?
Yes.
I would
That's
Google
key.
that so much, and
Yeah.
I assume it would be like golf. I'd be like, why
You're
does
just
Well,
get a
like-
Google image of like the best Eagles in America.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's like striking.
that eagle's all right?
What the fuck is best?
I wouldn't say it's the
Best
best.
eagle.
Or another thing. What the fuck is best eagle?
Wait, and then did you laugh or did you tell the guy?
No, I never told anybody.
Oh, so you didn't
I told
tell-
Dave on G-Check.
So you didn't
Yeah.
tell the customer even that?
No,
that,
no,
hey, dude,
'cause I
was
felt
just
like
fucking
I
He
with you.
told this back to me in like 2014.
Yeah, it was like
Yeah,
a
you would have
lot.
looked bad at the customer.
He's on his way
You've
out
grown
with
a
his
lot
box
since
of
then. I
desk
know you would never do it
belongings.
again.
By the way, best Eagle was completely made up. You
You idiot.
Idiot.
Nothing,
You-
you
I-
fucking idiot.
I wonder if he's like, what if they say that in Poland now? Because
It just took off.
it just
as a
took
saying.
off because of you having fun in your cube.
Yeah.
Having fun in your cube.
Yeah.
I hate that. I hate that if you're a straight up best guy though.
I do mix it up. I don't like any of them, if I'm being honest. Usually I just write my name.
I just usually write thanks.
I do thanks.
Yeah.
But sometimes I'm not thankful. Maybe I'm doing something. You should thank me. You're welcome, Ryan.
What do you think of just hyphen in your name?
I do that
don't mind
sometimes.
it.
Yeah.
As a thanks guy.
The sincerely and stuff, that almost has to be like a letter, like personal.
Someone
To
had
me,
to
it's
have
like,
died.
I also think it's weird if I ever get a letter, an email where it says "Dear," like "Dear Ryan."
Instant
Like-
delete.
Yeah, we don't
trying to
realize
sell me
how weird it is to start out with dear.
You're either asking me something or you're trying to sell me something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or like to whom it
Asking
may
me for
concern
something.
is kind of an alarming one. You're just like, oh, I kind of need.
I got to send this out to someone. I don't
Yeah,
know.
hey,
who.
mom, I'm gonna forward you an email. Remember your password?
Yeah.
Come on, dear Dave.
Does anybody else have parents that have had the same email since they signed up with their email service?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
My mom has had the same email with AOL and the same cell phone number since
I've had the same
since
cell phone.
2003.
I've had the same cell since.
I've had this. I'm not gonna
I thought
air
it was
that,
cool.
actually.
I should have had a 630 area code when I was growing up, but instead I got the 312, so I was like the
cool guy?
because I was the city kid.
I had a rant about that on a free swim. It's like when we first made our emails, they didn't tell us that we might eventually be using it for job opportunity
Yeah.
Yeah.
at school, and so I'm like,
What? Yeah.
Dan the man.
Yeah,
you
we were
know,
talking about AIM
53.
names this morning, and he was Dan the man.
I was over the fence too.
Mine
Like,
was
hitting
Over the
baseballs
fence, I love that.
Monkey Feet 1107.
Okay.
Over the fence too. I like that, Dave.
I pegged you as a baseball dude. 88.
baseball guy 839642.
Or the ball is with an 8 and an ALL.
That's
Oh.
good.
I have a phone call from the Chicago Cubs. Should I answer it?
Whoa, what?
You know? You want tickets?
Tell them their life.
Hello.
Dave, I'm surprised you weren't
Yes.
just a DAW.
Yes, it is. You are live on broadcast. No, you're fine.
They're probably
ahead.
so flabbergasted.
Well, they're probably season tickets.
You guys signed Bellinger today?
You might put this on speaker.
Say that again.
But yeah, I don't have any of that. I know about the same amount as you.
All right.
That's a lie.
All right. What can I do for you?
Oh, well, I was just following up on some of the emails that I've sent you a little over a month ago now, and I'm just checking in to see where your head's at on season tickets with the Cubs.
Oh.
Big day.
You know what? I might have to call you back for that. Are they available?
Okay. Yeah, they are.
All right. Find something on the third baseline for me.
Is that how-
Or I'm sorry, first baseline. First baseline.
First baseline?
Mhm.
Even better.
Yep. Okay. Yeah. Send me another email with what's available.
Okay. Yeah,
All right.
sounds good.
All right. Thank you.
Best Eagle.
Wow,
look
Mitch,
at
This is
that.
the boys getting season tickets.
Yeah,
I think it
Mitchell
might
featuring
happen.
the
Some kind of plan.
You get to pick like that?
Do you
get to be
think it was
picky?
do you think it had anything to do with
I would be
my
picking.
free?
I only sit
my
if
free
I can
logo?
help it. I
Right.
only sit on the first base side.
Why-
I thought they had like
You get the good sunsets.
nice. I thought they had like options left that you could pick from. Is
On the
that-
first base side?
Yeah, on the first base side.
Yeah, I
down,
know.
Down
I'm
in
trying-
right field, the
You're-
sunsets over left field.
Mhm.
I always picture it setting over right field.
Nope, you're wrong.
I guess it depends.
Right field would be
No.
closer to the lake.
I think that's the jersey I do have. I think I have a Bellinger.
Sets in
jersey.
left field.
Cody?
I think I have a Cub like the.
Think of where we
Wrigleyville.
were.
I
Think of where we were
you
for
would be
Grateful
on the
Dead.
south end of this. Yes.
Right, we were on the first base
Yeah.
side, and the sunset
What
left field.
what would you do if they didn't have anything along the first baseline? Would you still take them?
Put my name back on the list for next year.
Next year, probably another 5 years till they call you back.
We'll see.
Wow, historic.
I
moment.
set a PR for games this year. Just hand me down tickets. So
I
not
can.
super desperate to get them.
Can you pick like if you want just half the games or whatever?
That's
Yeah.
what this guy better call me
can.
back.
Yeah, you
Better
can.
be like, we're
can.
signing Bellinger.
So Dave's got a bundle.
You got yeah. I kind of I think Dan upgraded his seats. In fact, I know he did.
Yeah.
But I loved where his seats were before on the right down the right field line.
Yeah.
Those are to me though it's like the best seat in Wrigley. Maybe a section down from where he was.
Section
I think
231.
that's where I sat was on the first baseline of Wrigley. I think.
You're in the sun all day. It's beautiful.
I was. That was so much fun. I had so much fun at my first Cubs game, my first and only.
Yeah,
But it
everyone
was a
loves
lot
the
of fun.
Cubs.
Is that the best season tickets to get? Say you have to get them all because it's everyone would
Bears.
say yes, but
Bears appreciate
So many games.
so many games that you're
Depends
not
what you're
going
looking
to.
for. Depends what you're looking for, man.
Yeah.
The
Like, if
Rockies
you're
had a
looking-
pretty park too.
Yeah, if you're looking for like a business, like yeah, sure, Bears like more they don't.
You'll make
depreciate.
money on.
I've had an idea for baseball season tickets where it's just like it's like, all right, you're buying season tickets at a reduced rate, but you have like first come first serve for any open seat that day. So it's like you have a true like a season pass almost, and some days you might be in the nosebleeds, and some days you might be like on against the dugout. But you pay a flat rate, and they want bodies and seats, and they want extra revenue.
I feel like that could cause chaos, though. Like people just like can't.
No, you got to log in the morning. Be like, hey, like these are you get an email every morning as one of these season tickets.
Okay, that makes more sense. I thought you meant like.
You do, but like it's and if like let's say that you don't claim your seat by noon, then this is a good idea. This is a good idea. You're trying.
Wait,
to
hold
just-
on.
No.
Are
I
you
mean, let's.
getting rid of every other season ticket
No,
package?
you can buy your
Okay.
season ticket, and then
On that-
whatever's
yeah,
left
sure, why
over,
not?
you pay a flat rate for the year, and you can go to 162,
81.
or I'm sorry, you go to 81, or you can go to 1. It's just, but you have a pass.
I don't
And
hate that. It's
I
kind of like a
think-
water park pass. Like,
Yeah,
you might
and
not
you
have
can-
to go. You have
and
to
you-
fight for that lawn chair, but you'll still.
And there are
What if
da-
everybody with the pass tries to use it the same day though?
Oh, it's first come first serve.
Like to put your claim in?
Yeah, so you'll get an email in the morning. Hey, these are the seats available.
This
today."
sounds like too much work.
yeah,
If
then
I
you're
want, I'll
fighting
just
bots.
go to a baseball game.
I kind of like your idea, Chief.
I think it's a good idea.
I like it, Chief.
I mean,
I-
we're not that far away from like you scan your ticket and it just pops up and you see your section right when you walk in.
Most stadiums do that already. They don't
No.
have paper tickets for their Sox anymore.
No, I'm saying like you don't like if he's saying like,
You don't know your section.
you
ahead
don't
of
know your
time?
section, you just have a random ticket and you get in and then it pops up like, oh, we're up here. So that's an even better way to get people in the ballpark if they
There you
don't-
go.
Oh, like a mystery seat? That's
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
fun.
mystery seat.
I
I like
kind of
that
like
idea,
mystery
too.
seats.
Yeah, I like
Yeah.
a mystery seat.
But then you wouldn't know what gate.
Can
to go
we
in.
get a White Sox season ticket rep on the show and like blow him out like he's in witness protection? Because I'm sure he'd get fired.
Why don't
That would actually-
ticket straight?
I would love to know the conversations those
I was
guys are
gonna-
having with fans right now.
Please stay.
That would actually
We
be
got good
funny.
brats.
I'm not actually serious, but like I'm interested in knowing like how those conversations are.
Yeah, it'd be funny
It's like fucking trying to sell those penny stocks.
and interesting.
Wolf of Wall
Yeah.
Street.
I will
Gotta
say
be
too though, like
fucking hammered.
back to celebrating, like there, like people who aren't from here, like you do want to ingrain yourself in the new city. So I understand, like them wanting to do well, and like have
the
like,
Hawks or the
like all teams in general, because then it's like more parties. Like
see, but I feel like everybody has a football team.
yes, but a lot of people just want to party, man.
I know, but I guess speaking of that old job, I used to go to Charlotte like damn near every month, and I went there during like one of those Cam Newton playoff runs. I didn't care that they were happy.
Yeah, but
I actually kind of fucking hated it.
yeah, but the cultural, like what they did for like the fucking entertainment industry, like the Hawks when they were good, like all those playoff games, people would be out and about on like Tuesday, staying out till
Yeah,
it's great. Like even like I would not
Yeah.
root for a White Sox playoff or World Series, but like I'd be lying if I would say like, hey, I'd like to be at bars watching them,
yeah. Well, and it's
drinking
like
and like having a good time, like
I-
not with the team but watching.
Yeah,
Does that make sense, Dave? You know what I mean?
well, and like watching them get their hearts ripped out is great too.
Yeah.
I've
a
always
win-win.
said like my dream for Dave is to have the White Sox lose in Game 7 of the World Series. We'd sell a ton of T-shirts. He'd have
Just with
like
Dave's face on them, all sad.
yeah, and just like the sad angry Dave content. And I you don't like this moment, but I thought it was so funny when the White Sox were playing the Astros and you went out to New York and you like chucked your iced coffee cup like in disgust during the stream. Like I need more like high leverage Dave.
Because Lance Lynn couldn't
moments.
throw a fucking strike. to save his life.
Exactly.
Yeah, it really is.
No, I was thinking about that. We were talking about Jay. So
Our horse.
our horse, one of our horses. Because he ran in a big stakes race during that playoff run, and I was in New York for a few of the games, streaming out there, and I was at a deli outside the Hoboken office, and randomly I met a guy who I had talked to, who Jay ran against his horse.
Okay.
So, like, I was thinking about that because we were talking about Jay this morning, and there was so much content to be had about just an average team that went to the playoffs once and got booted in the first round. Now they are such an afterthought to everybody. It's like
Yeah. Okay.
Apathy is just
If they ever get to the World Series, they have to win. It's like
That's
come too far to only come this far for Dave.
But like I would truly.
Well,
I
I've
might
seen
kill him.
I've seen one though.
Yeah.
Is
I
that
know.
all I get?
But you
I
were a
turned
kid
16.
though too.
That's just it. I was DDing my
I'm
dad
saying
around
just,
my uncles.
just after the turmoil of the last couple of years with them, like if you get to the World Series, you deserve to win.
Yeah, like it's weird saying because like I'm not rooting for the team, but I genuinely would enjoy watching a White Sox playoffs game with you at Turtles or Cork.
Oh,
You know
it'd be
what I mean?
great.
It'd be awesome.
Like
yeah.
that'd be so much fun.
It's so much fun.
Yeah.
You might ruin it.
No,
Because
I wouldn't.
you wouldn't want him to have any joy of watching you.
But I wouldn't
That's true.
No, I wouldn't troll you.
Not even a troll, but like,
that's where I'd get.
he'd just sit there and smile, and you'd be like, "What's your problem? What are you smiling about?"
I think you could troll in the playoffs if
What-
you wanted.
I do.
Oh, I don't think you can.
If you wanted.
If he was
Up to no good.
I think you would be
I-
like,
I-
"You're up to no
Hold on,
good."
I'm trying to.
He can listen to the playoff
Hey,
Twitter
you-
Spaces,
you
but he
kicked
can't listen to the
off-
World
Yeah, but he
Series.
kicked him off his opening day Twitter Spaces.
There's a if he were like trolling, like just trying to get under my skin, it wouldn't get under my skin. It'd be him like if I saw him out of the corner of my eye, like doing or saying something. That's what would piss me off.
Like what? What would be a do or say something moment?
What if he was wearing a Sox hat? Eddie.
I'd be like,
What?
Yeah,
Oh,
what are you
good
doing
one,
here,
good
Ed?
one.
What do you got up your sleeve?
What if he
Good-
had the
good one, Ed.
'83 style jersey, and instead of saying Sox, it just said Dave, but it was like a White Sox jersey that just. Said,
No, that's
you
not
stole his
something
idea. He was definitely going to do that. And a
wouldn't-
Williams
it wouldn't
jersey on.
be the-
Dave knows I'd never wear it though.
yeah. That's
Like we even told you when we tried to troll you on opening day, and like we had our bit ready to go, and
We're gonna all
I
wear
was
pink
like,
hats.
I'm not wearing a Sox hat. Like,
You were gonna wear a pink Sox hat.
It wasn't socks. I demanded that we get pink Nike hats.
Oh, that's
pink
right.
Sox
That's
hats.
right.
We posted
I
that. A lost
demanded.
vlog. We'll have to repost
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, I demanded.
See, that would have made me mad.
Whenever
What if we? What?
No, like you guys showing up on my day,
on my day,
my people
Oh, ruin his wedding,
harassing me. Yeah, I would have been pissed.
That's like the one day where you enjoy baseball.
This is the first time I haven't I do not care if they win or lose.
Well, because
On
you know
opening
they're
day.
gonna lose 110.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It like they Liam Hendricks. It was last year, the year before. He blew a save like first series of the season against Detroit, and I had steam coming out of my ears. Steam, and it was the first week of the season. They were up by 2. He gave up a 2-run shot and then a solo shot in the 9th. Blew the game. I think it was opening day maybe,
I mean, dude,
and it crushed me. If they lost this year, I'd be like,
if there was
More of
anyone
those
that could
ago.
have steam coming out of their ears,
Yeah.
I think it would be White Sox Dave.
yeah. Well,
Yeah,
I mean, they
inside
fixed the
out
Astros in opening weekend last year, right?
yeah, they won the first. They split in a 4-game series, and they looked okay.
Yeah, they looked solid. That's why I
Like,
was getting the
Cease-
spaces.
Cease
I
had
wanted
like
what was
12
going on.
strikeouts. Yeah.
You know how people like preemptively think before like a sober November or sober October or dry January, like what am I going to do in place of drinking? You need to do that for the upcoming baseball season.
Last year, I just went to fucking concerts every weekend.
That works.
Yeah,
Like,
I don't like this.
I saw a ton
I don't
of
like
live
this
music.
at all.
It's bad, Ed.
I know.
It's bad.
I know.
You're going to be backstage Dave.
Maybe you're a golf guy. Like commit to being a golf guy for real this time.
Nah.
I kind of like backstage Dave better.
Barstool backstage Dave.
No, we need the White Sox to get cooking. That's Dave
Yeah.
at his best when he like.
He's the mayor of the parking lot.
Should we get him a
Like
White
his-
Sox
Look, he's
only
shaking his
parking?
head like
It's
that version
sad.
of you
Yeah.
is dead.
Like our
I-
recording
it
schedule
is
would
sad.
but be predicted off of White Sox games.
Yeah.
Be like, oh, I guess
I gotta go. Sox.
Yeah, we're not recording the Sox are on.
Yeah. It's,
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't do that though if you don't care.
Right.
Right.
No.
So you got to record.
You're going to be starting up like new hunting podcasts during the baseball season,
Slockmaster shot me a call Saturday night.
like cooking podcasts. Yeah. That's
We had
the
a
new
nice
route, I
talk.
guess.
Damn.
We join in book
Are you
clubs.
mad that I'm friends with the Slockmaster?
No, he's a great guy.
You want to be friends with him too, though. It's like Elaine dating that. Was it Jimmy?
I just didn't go to his house that last time.
Oh, it sounds like he's jealous, dude.
Yeah.
No, I would like to be better friends with Mr. Wells. He's the manliest.
I
guy
will
I've ever
say
met.
I'm not going to spoil, but I can't wait for you all to see the Medieval Times video to see the purchase Dave made while he was there.
Yeah, that's
Oh, that's you could. That's
I don't want to. That's kind of a
I
fun
added to my
part.
knife collection.
To say the least.
And again, I can't wait for you to bring it to Mr. Wells and have him check it out and tell him where you got it.
I
I
do
never.
have a nice knife sharpener at home. It's dull as fuck, so I need to sharpen it so I can
Nice.
so it can really get into that deer hide.
I never thought I'd want the Sox to be good. This is a weird mind fuck.
Yeah.
It's Ed. I don't care.
Ed.
People are like, oh, you're a fair weather fan because it's what is there to talk about? You know exactly how this season is going to go, and on top of that, they have done nothing that they haven't made one move from a player personnel perspective this winter that gives any glimpse of like what their supposed plan would be.
You should honestly
a bunch
write
of one-year
out like a
deals.
blog predicting like, oh, he's going to get injured after the first month. They're not going to trade him. They're going to keep him.
Well, Cease is gone
Yeah.
at one point or the other, be it July 31st or tomorrow.
Just the White Sox season in a blog.
What's the point of having Robert at this point?
Oh man, this is dark.
Yeah, all right, we got it.
We'll save it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Dave, thanks.
It was turning into Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Yeah, it was.
No, I was gonna say the only episode I remember of that was this like demon, and if it would take a picture, like a Polaroid picture of you, you would die in the picture. So he's running around taking pictures of everything. Then they're all just dropping dead. And then at the end of the episode, guess what they did? They held up a mirror.
Ooh.
So guess what? He took a picture
Let's
of.
hold up a mirror to the White
Himself.
Sox.
Was you
I would
sure that
love
wasn't
Jerry.
Goosebumps?
No, that was.
Tales of the Crypt.
Might have been Goosebumps.
That guy will
pretty good
always
on
be
that.
will always
So-
be creepy.
He's so
Yeah, the
creepy.
Crypt Keeper.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
Crypt
he's
Keeper,
good.
because he also like was weirdly perverted too. Like you could tell that like he was like a pervert in real life before
How
he
could
died.
you tell that?
I just the way that he laughed and like some of the jokes he would tell like were very like if you got to go back,
I
but
only remember like what he looked like. I
Yeah.
don't-
oh
I
no,
don't-
like
I
the
don't
way he
remember
would say
perfect jokes.
things.
He looked like the old NFL analyst.
The way he would
John
say things
Clayton.
and stuff would like definitely be like
An innuendo.
yeah, and you're like, why
R.I.P.
is this dead guy with no hair telling?
He had some.
I
Hitting
was
on me.
probably
Barely.
too much of a prude to even understand what those jokes were at that point.
I grew up with all boys and I just
R.I.P. John
I
Clayton.
knew.
How old are your brothers?
One's like 45, one's like 38, one's like 38, one's like 37 because they're Irish twins, and then my sister is
I'm
also
almost an Irish
37
twin.
because my dad found another lady when the other one was pregnant and decided to have two at the same time.
And you're the youngest.
I'm the baby. Yeah, my mom's only child.
The youngest making money.
Well, no, that would be my daughter.
Oh, true.
True. All right, everybody. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Have a great day and best Eagle.
Best.
Best Eagle.